Ever have one of those mornings where you hit the snooze button like 5 times and you still can't get out of bed? Or maybe it's the opposite. It's midnight and you are just wide awake when everyone else is asleep. Well, guess what? It's not because you're lazy. Turns out your body is actually following a secret code, one that was written long before you were even born. And right now, you and we're gonna crack that code together. Okay, so this secret code, it actually has a name. It's called your chronotype. It's kind of like your eye color or your hair color. It's just baked into your DNA. You don't get to pick it. And this code is the boss of your hormones, which are basically these little messengers that run around telling your body, hey, time to wake up, or all right, let's wind it down. And listen, working with your code instead of fighting against it can change everything. Scientists even have a name for this. They call it the synchrony effect. Get this, in one study, they had students start class just 1 hour later to match their natural sleep schedules, and their grades went up by a full letter. So, how do you figure out your code? Well, to make it super simple, scientists have grouped everybody into 4 main animal types. First up, you've got the lions. These are your classic early birds, up before the sun, getting everything done before noon. Then there are the bears. That's about half of us, by the way. They pretty much follow the sun on a typical 9 to 5 kind of schedule. Wolves, they're the total opposite, the night owls. Super creative and full of energy in the evening, but mornings are rough. And finally, the dolphins. They're really light sleepers, easily woken up. Often super smart, but man, getting a good night's sleep is a real struggle for them. So, which one are you? An early lion, a steady bear, a creative wolf, or a light-sleeping dolphin? Just think about it for a second. Figuring this out is the very first step to unlocking that superpower we were talking about. All right, let's get into the science of why you feel sleepy. It all comes down to 2 different systems in your brain. They're separate, but they work together. On one hand, you've got sleep pressure. That's a feeling that builds up all day long. And on the other hand, you have your body clock, which is all about timing. It decides when it's the right time to go to bed. So sleep pressure comes from a chemical called adenosine. The best way to think about it is like sleepiness sand. From the moment you wake up, this sand starts filling up in your brain. The longer you're awake, the fuller it gets and the sleepier you feel. And guess what? The only way to empty it out is to actually sleep. Now, this is where coffee comes in. Caffeine works because it's a bit of a trickster. Its shape is almost identical to adenosine, so it can sneak in and block the adenosine receptors, kind of like putting the wrong key in a lock. You don't feel tired anymore, right? But that sleepiness sand is still building up behind the scenes. So when the caffeine finally wears off, whoosh, all that sleepiness hits you at once, and that's the caffeine crash. Okay, now for your body clock. It releases a hormone called melatonin. Think of melatonin as the go-to-bed signal. It's not a sleeping pill. It doesn't force you to sleep. It's more like a starter pistol at a race. It just fires and tells your body, okay, the gate is open, it's time to sleep now. Okay, so now we know the code. Let's talk about how to actually use it. Here are some really smart tricks based on all this science. This one is huge. Don't drink coffee the second you open your eyes. See, your body naturally gives you a big shot of a wake-up hormone called cortisol in the morning. If you pour caffeine on top of that, you're kind of wasting it. The trick? Wait about 90 minutes. Let that natural cortisol start to fade, and then have your coffee. I promise the boost you get will be so much bigger. Here are 2 more quick hacks for you. First, try to stop eating and drinking anything about 3 hours before you hit the sack. Why? Because digestion actually keeps your heart rate up, and you need your heart rate to go down to fall asleep. Second, try making banana tea. Sounds weird, I know, but just chop up a banana, peel and all, steep it in some hot water, and drink the water. The peel is packed with magnesium, which is a natural muscle relaxer. All right, let's tackle a super common problem. What do you do when you wake up at like 3 a.m. and your brain just refuses to shut off? Okay, 3 super important rules here. Rule 1, don't get up. Unless you absolutely have to, of course. Just standing up can raise your heart rate. Rule 2, don't look at the clock. The second you see that it's 3:30 in the morning, your brain starts doing math about how little sleep you're getting, and that just creates stress. And rule 3, do this one specific breathing trick. It's called 4-7-8 breathing. It's simple. You breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Then you hold it for 7 seconds, and then you breathe out really slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. The long exhale is key here. It tells your body's relaxation system to kick in and slows your heart rate. Plus, counting gives your brain something to do besides worry. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to quickly cover 2 big dangers to your sleep that honestly, most people have no idea about. The first one is called sleep apnea. This is a condition where you actually stop breathing for short little bits of time all night long. It keeps you from getting that deep, restorative sleep your body needs. The number 1 sign? Loud, consistent snoring. And the scary part is, something like 80% of people who have it don't even know it. The second danger? Well, it might be sitting in your medicine cabinet. What do you think this number means? A recent study found that this was the highest overdose of melatonin in a single gummy for kids compared to what the label said. Yeah, you heard that right. See, in the US, melatonin is sold as a supplement, which means it's not regulated like a real medicine. A 2024 study looked at melatonin gummies and found the labels were just wildly wrong. Some had almost no melatonin, while others had dangerously high amounts, way more than what was listed. And you gotta remember, melatonin isn't just a vitamin, it's a powerful hormone. So here's the main takeaway. Sleep isn't your enemy. It's not this thing you have to fight with every night. It's actually your ultimate superpower. So now you know the code. You know the secrets your body is following. The only question is, what are you gonna do with it?